Good Wednesday afternoon to you. Weekend's almost here. 2 more days. Hey, we're going to be going over what's been going on in the Men's College World Series. Got a lot of news items to get down to. 2 games today. TCU and Florida. They're playing right now. I think I got a score update for you. Florida winning 2-1, middle of the sixth. Tonight, LSU will have a rematch with Wake Forest. We're going to go over all the games that have happened. And like I said, anyway, got a lot of news items to get to. Some big stories, really. We're going to do those real quick. Then we'll get to the Men's College World Series. Before we start, hit that little subscribe button down there. Listen to it at work instead of working, because who the hell wants to work anyway? Like I said before, if your wife or girlfriend has it on HGTV, then plug it in, listen to it, watch it. It's better than what's... HGTV is the same stuff over and over every show, so... I'm going to take an old house and I'm going to make it look like a farmhouse. All right, so let's get down to some news. I don't know what the hell's going on at San Diego State. I think they're getting a little big for their britches. I mean, I know they've had some good football and basketball seasons lately, but anyway, they tell the Mountain West Conference they intend to resign from the conference. They even asked the Mountain West Conference for a 1-month extension, given unforeseen delays involving other conferences beyond their control. Mountain West says, no, we're not having any of that. Either you stay or you leave. So Mountain West putting their foot down, holding firm. I don't know if that was some kind of ploy for San Diego State, but looks like it could be backfiring. We'll just have to keep an eye on it, see what happens. Dion, man, Coach Dion, he may have to have his left foot amputated because he's got some circulatory problems, and he lost 2 toes because of it a year ago or 2 years ago. Anyway, yeah, that as of right now, this story is a few days old, so something could have changed in that department. But he may have to. He's not going to. He may have to. Coach Dion says he has no feeling in the bottom of his left foot. But this shows you what kind of sportsman this guy is. He also said if procedure is needed, he wants to do it now because the season starts soon and he will be too busy. Oh man, you gotta love Dion. Root for Colorado this year just because of that. That's great. That's good stuff. Hey, prayers to you, Coach Dion. Man, I hope everything works out, man. I really do. Texas Tech. They will induct former head coach Mike Leach into their Hall of Honor, as they call it. He was the winningest coach in Texas Tech history from 2000 to 2009. He went 84-43. I didn't know he was the winningest coach at Texas Tech. I figured it'd be Spike Dykes, but evidently not. It's Mike Leach. 10 straight bowl games, won 11 games in 2008, including beating number 1 Texas. Remember that? Over on the sideline, I think it was Brent Musburger calling the game. Crabtree! He caught the ball. And Chris Fowler was right behind him on the sideline going, oh! Yeah. So, yeah, they're going to induct Mike Leach. About time. He got fired in 2009 over that whole Craig James' son incident. I forget exactly what happened. I think Craig James' son was lacking in practice or something. He locked him in a closet or something like that. I don't know. I forget. It's been a while. Also, Cliff Kingsbury. He's going to be inducted into the Hall of Honor too. So, late Mike Leach, I'm sure his family will be there to honor it. And Cliff Kingsbury, congratulations to both those guys. Big part of Texas Tech Red Raider football. A report shows that Georgia football players have been involved in at least 70 moving violation traffic incidents in the last 2 years. 30 of those have occurred since last summer. So why they released this report, I don't know. Maybe because of the wreck that happened, was that back in January? So evidently, if you're driving around Athens, Georgia, watch out for the Georgia football players out there on the road with you. NCAA committee recommends dropping marijuana from the banned drug list and turn their focus to PED testing. Regardless how you feel, I'm not a marijuana smoker, but I've always thought, to me, it's always been like beer. Why not just legalize it? I don't know. It's just, it is legal in some places now, but not everywhere. But to me, it's always just been like beer. But anyway, yeah, they want to drop that from their testing and or from their banned drug list and turning their focus to PED testing. And the way the NCAA has been the last several years, I wouldn't be surprised if some of those guys higher up in the NCAA probably hit the chronic on the weekend. We've seen some of the decisions they've made and some of the things they've said, so they might be stoned out of their minds every day. So, Miami will induct former national championship coaches Jimmy Johnson and Dennis Erickson into their Ring of Honor. Jimmy Johnson, 52-9, the '87 national championship. Of course, went on, coached the Cowboys to 3 straight Super Bowls. Dennis Erickson, damn good coach too. He went 63-9, national champions in '89, '91. I want to say he was at Oregon State for a while. I want to say he was at Arizona State too. But anyway, yeah, Jimmy Johnson and Dennis Erickson, national championship winning coaches, being indicted into Miami's into their Ring of Honor. Also, running back Chuck Foreman, he will also be indicted. Chuck Foreman, I didn't know he played in Miami. I just remember him from the old Minnesota Viking days. Badass player. One question I have is, where's this ring at? They play in that ugly-ass Miami Dolphins stadium, Pro Player, Hard Rock, whatever the hell they're calling it nowadays. Is it in there? Or is it there on campus? I mean, where is this Ring of Honor? That's what I want to know. A month after insulting, I think, Christians and Catholics on a Cincinnati radio station and being reprimanded by West Virginia University, Bob Huggins, head basketball coach, gets a DUI. I think it happened last Friday. I guess he jumped ahead of the ship, or whatever you want to call it. He ended up resigning. Before he was resigning, my theory was, what's stopping them from firing him? Because of what happened last month on the radio station and this DUI, it's not like he's taking his team to the Final Four every year. So what's stopping them from just going and firing him? But he beat them to it. He resigned. And I think they said who they're looking at or who they got. I forget who that was, but anyway. All right. Moving on. The Brander Group. I think it's called, Brander. BRANDR. I guess it's Brander Group. Which negotiates group licensing deals for 50 Division I schools, is suing EA Sports over the NIL deals being offered to athletes for the upcoming EA Sports college football video game. Brander Group says they should be the ones negotiating deals or contracts for athletes at the schools they represent. So, could be another delay for the long-awaited return of the EA Sports college football game. If it's in the game, it's in the game. Remember that? So this was always my solution to this whole damn problem. Don't know if it's feasible. May not be. Maybe stupid. Just maybe a stupid idea. But here's my thing. Get the NCAA involved. Take the number 1 off of every roster in college football. Make every player on the EA Sports college football game the number 1. May sound stupid, but hey, you're not going to have any problems with all that crap. And if let's say you're playing the 2006-2007 Florida Gators. Your quarterback's number 1. We all know who it is, and we all know what they can do, don't we? As true college football fans are going to know that, hey, number 1 wide receiver, he won the Heisman Trophy that year, so I'm taking that team. We all know. There it is. Take the number 1 out of the college football game. Make every player in that college football video game number 1. Do the thing for basketball, too. Then you probably wouldn't have all these NIL licensing problems and groups suing the people that create the video game. I mean, that was always my thought. I don't like it. Maybe a stupid idea. It may not work. That was just always my thought. Nick Saban, irked by the 2022 college football admission, asks, do you really get the best teams? I remember, people arguing for Bama. It should be in it last year. People arguing, no, they shouldn't be in it. I mean, the national championship game, let's face it, that was a total waste of time. It was just a bad game. I really thought TCU would do better than they did. But, yeah, sometimes you're going to get these stinker games. I mean, it just happens, unfortunately. So, now, had TCU hung in there and won or even lost by a touchdown or so, 2 touchdowns. Would Nick Saban still be saying that? Who knows? Kentucky 5-star freshman center Aaron Bradshaw is expected to miss the start of the 23-24 basketball season because of a fractured foot he suffered in the offseason. So hope you get well soon, man. Hope you get back in that lineup and get back to playing soon. Last but not least, one more piece of news, basketball also. NCAA suspends Memphis's Penny Hardaway for the first 3 games of the upcoming basketball season. Recruiting violations. Man, hate when that happens. All right, Maryland's College World Series. We're going to go back to Friday, review all this stuff, who got eliminated, who hasn't. First game, Oral Roberts beat TCU 6-5. Oral Roberts' McCroskey, 2-run home run. Brothers, 3-run home run in the 9th inning. TCU had 11 hits, 1 error. Fontanelli for TCU, solo home run and an RBI single. They had 8 hits, 2 errors. TCU led 5-2 hitting into the 9th inning when Oral Roberts scored 4 runs to win. And it did not look like the Oral Roberts was going to win because with the bases loaded, I want to say they hit the pitcher hit the batter once, maybe even twice, and brought in some runs for TCU. I was like, man, Oral Roberts ain't going to win this game. But somehow, came back in the 9th inning, scored 4 runs to win. They moved on, and TCU went to the loser's bracket. Florida. Second game, Florida beat Virginia 6-5. Rappel for Florida. Rappel, Evans, Langford all hit solo home runs. Sproat had 7 strikeouts. O'Farrell for Virginia, 2-run double. Didowink, RBI triple. Only 3 total strikeouts for all the pitchers of Virginia. Virginia led 5-3 in the middle of the 9th. Florida scored 3 runs at their last bat to win that game. Moving on to Saturday, Wake Forest beat Stanford 3-2. Wilkin for Wake Forest, solo home run. Corona, 2-run single. Louder, 6 strikeouts between the Wake Forest batters. They had 10 strikeouts on Saturday. Stanford's Graham hit an RBI single. LSU beat Tennessee 6-3. Dugas, solo home run for LSU. Jobert, RBI triple and a solo home run. The performance by Skeens. Remember in softball, we have always talked about like Montana Fouts, the shit she does. Well, Skeens, man, that guy. 123 pitches, 12 strikeouts. 46 of those pitches were at 100 miles an hour or more. Guy's just freaking incredible. Anyway, Tennessee's easily had a 2-run home run in that game. Moving on to Sunday, TCU 4, Virginia 3. Nunez for TCU, RBI single, Davis RBI double. 9 total strikeouts between 3 pitchers for TCU. Virginia's Anderson had a solo home run. TCU wins, they move on. Virginia eliminated, they went home. Florida beat Oral Roberts 5-4. Evans, 2-run home run, and Heyman had a 2-run home run for the Gators. Waldrop, 12 strikeouts. Pretty damn sweet. Hogan for Oral Roberts, 2-run home run inside the park. Didn't get out of the park, but 2-run home run inside the park. Oral Roberts, they had 4 pitchers playing that game. They total of 14 strikeouts. Monday, moving on to Monday, Tennessee beat Stanford 6-4. Tennessee's Moore, 2-run single. Dickey had an RBI single. Stanford's Rios had an RBI double. Montgomery had an RBI single. Tennessee was down 4-0 hitting into the 5th inning of that, where they scored 4 runs to tie it up. Eventually scored 2 more to win the game. Tennessee moved on. Stanford eliminated. You kind of, I don't know. Back in the Super Regionals, I believe, were Stanford. They had Texas at home. Game, they had a big lead and let Texas right back into it. When they got to the College World Series, I was thinking, man, is that going to happen, Stanford? I mean, they're going to get a lead going and blow it and end up maybe being eliminated. And it happened in that Tennessee game. So that Super Regionals was kind of like a futuristic thing. Game I think a lot of people were waiting for. I was waiting for. Wake Forest and LSU. Wake Forest wins that one 3-2. Wilkin for Wake Forest, RBI single. Lee, RBI single. Hartle, 9 strikeouts. LSU's White, RBI single. Morgan, RBI triple. Floyd had 10 strikeouts in that game. LSU led 2-0 until the 6th. Their bats went cold. Wake Forest came back, won that game. That game and the LSU game last night, which we'll go over. Not just because I'm an A&M fan first, but LSU fan second, and then I follow other teams. Not just because I was rooting for LSU last night, but last night, Monday. Now I haven't noticed it in other games. Maybe it happened. I just didn't notice it. But my coffee table could do a better job at umpiring a game, especially these last two LSU games. I don't know about your teams, how their games are going with the umpire. But yeah, there's obvious strikes in their balls. Balls, he's calling them strikes. I'm like, my God, what's wrong with this? Is this guy blind? Is he high? What the hell's the deal? So I hope they get that crap cleaned up. Like I said, maybe it happened in other games, maybe it didn't, but it seems like the last two LSU games, there's been some horrible. And not just against LSU. There were some times last night where Tennessee, they called a strike and it should have been a ball. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it's an old guy. He's fixing to retire. I don't know. Last World Series, who knows? All right, moving on to Tuesday. Enough bitching about the officiating. TCU beat Oral Roberts 6-1. Sylvia 2-run single for TCU. Fontenelle RBI single. Oral Roberts is Cox. He had an RBI single. TCU moves on. They're playing Florida right now. We'll check the score again before we're out. Oral Roberts eliminated. They are. Get this, and the two losses Oral Roberts have had in this College World Series, they've left 25 men on base in those two games. Man, they ain't gonna win you any games. Last game last night, LSU beat Tennessee 5-0. Cruz 2-run home run. Bellaso RBI single. Ackenhowen, I think that's how you say him. Pitcher Ackenhowen for LSU. 7 strikeouts, not bad. Everybody concentrates on Skeens, but they've got some other good pitchers. Floyd, and then this guy, Ackenhowen, I think you see his name. Tennessee eliminated, but Beam, he did have 9 strikeouts for Tennessee, so not all is lost. All right, let me check this score real quick, see if anything's changed on TCU and TCU in Florida. Nope, says hitting to the 8th. Florida leads 2-1 still. And then tonight, the rematch of LSU and Wake Forest. That should be a really good one again. Wake Forest has had a day to rest. LSU keeps playing every day because they lost. So we'll see what happens there. Anyway, stay busy. Tomorrow's Thursday. Get through that day, Friday, and thank God the weekend is here. We'll be back on Sunday to go over things that have happened in the Men's College World Series and any other crazy-ass news that happens. Anyway, y'all stay busy. Y'all be safe, and we'll see you next time.